back on the hunt. It is Sunday morning, 8:30. I just got back into town Friday afternoon from Chicago. I have been there for pretty much the entire week, and although yesterday there were plenty of garage sales to go to, I just didn't feel right leaving my wife and kids for the day, and so I just decided to stay home, try to catch up on things, watch Rocky IV with my son. What an amazing movie. There's no easy way out. That movie's so awesome if you haven't seen it. But the theme of that movie is hard work. So we are going to get back in action here and see if we can make some good treasure finds. Go back, as I said, on the hunt and see what we could get. And before I head out there right now, just for those of you wondering, I do not have my new vlogging camera set up yet. It did arrive, but like I said, I just got back into town, and so there's just, when you get back, there's like 10 billion things you have to do, so I had to get things kind of settled first, and I plan to dive into that camera this week, and pretty soon, hopefully have a different viewing and audio experience here on the channel. So we're still gonna kick it old school today. Let's go. Looks like we have a nice morning here, bright, sunny, lots of vendors out. Looks like there's lots of stuff, so hopefully I could make some good deals here. This tiki mask is kind of interesting. I just don't know a ton about them. If you do, let me know. From what I could tell, the tiki masks will generally resell for $45 or less. So I don't know anything special about this one though. So I'm gonna avoid it based on the comps, the size, and the cost to ship it. So this one I think I'm gonna go for. This one is sealed. They wanted $5. She agreed to sell it for $4. There is not an exact comp on this one, but there is a similar one that is up right now for $24.95 plus $12.60 shipping. Has 22 watchers, so it's a very good sign. So with this being sealed, I think, and it's light, so picking it up for $4 will be a good pickup. Okay, so I'm going to show you something I just picked up off one of the vendors' tables. These are Lion King aluminum bottles, and these are very, very light. If you could find these with a collectible theme on them, look into them because they're light, easy to ship, they go first class, and one of the reasons that I picked these up is because not only is it Lion King, but the Lion King 2 movie is coming out, and so that's going to make these go up in price for $1 each. It's absolutely a no-brainer. There's not many of these still around with the Lion King on stage or on tour logo on the back. One of them was recently put up for sale, went for $14.99. There's currently one for $17.99. So they're just good profit items. You could just get pretty cheap like this at a flea market. And the other thing that was great, he has the original boxes that they came in. So this is perfect. So I already have the box, and the box is light yet sturdy. And so all I got to do is put them in here, slap a label on them, and they're out of here. Awesome. This is going to fit in with today's return to the hunt theme very nicely. I didn't realize this, but the guy who just sold me those Lion King bottles is selling this really cool Jack Russell coffee sign for only $3. This is another no-brainer. Anything pet related like this, especially if you could link it to coffee, is great. There's a few of these online by the same vendor for $28.95 plus over $10 shipping with 4 watchers. So no-brainer to pick this one up as well. So I just finished up with the whole outside area. Couldn't find anything else. Some days are just like that. So turned to this, which is really an indoor area. This is what's closed off during the winter time, but they open it just for some circulation during the summer. And one of the tables was another one of these boxes of postcards, and I've been acquiring some postcard collections lately and been pretty happy with the results so far. This one is pretty cool. Just show you some ones that I really liked. Brooklyn Bridge, but not from Brooklyn, from Kentucky. Some nice black and white, unique looking pictures. Like this lady kind of looks like a mermaid swimming under the water, black and white. That's pretty cool. I love mermaids. Just like a hunting one. Those can be popular. And I like these colorful ones, but they're kind of vintage, humor, funny ones. So this one here is also kind of funny. I like this one. This one evokes kind of like Cinderella themes, so this one kind of cracks me up. I thought that was good. I'm just showing this one because it reminds me of Jessie Shops, Jessie.shops on Instagram. Go give her a follow. She's awesome. Really good information over there. This one, just like an old California one. Just some kind of some funny ones. Just show you a few more. I'm not gonna show all of them. Some specific ones from Tampa, Florida. Those are pretty touristy, but there's this one here, which is kind of funny and old. Same thing kind of here. Sometimes you'll get things that aren't exactly postcards, but they're like little brochures of places. I don't know if this place is still around, but someone might pick something like this up for for nostalgic reasons. So you just open it up and there's a brochure inside. So in my mind, I wanted to get these for 20 bucks. I felt that would be fair. I asked the guy how much he wanted for them, and that's what he said. He said 20 bucks. I do not believe he even realized that these things were back there. These are some older dinosaur stamps, and so these are pretty cool. If you pull these out here, I'll show you. So it's a little booklet with 25 sets. And those had a price on them of $15 from someplace. And then this was here in the back, which is pretty cool. It has this commemorative shovel for a church that was built. So, and this one dates back to the 1950s. And then there's these interesting little cards inside. So, for 20 bucks for everything, that's what he said he wanted. Again, no brainer. So pick these up for 20. One little humorous thing, I'm kind of sitting here against a corner, against a brick wall of the building, and I kind of had my postcards just kind of spread out like this. I was looking at them, and I had my box right here. And one of my friends, who's another dealer, he saw me sitting here, and he rolled 2 quarters towards me as if I was homeless, and he's like, "Here you go, man." And it was hilarious. So I wish I had that on film. It was pretty funny. That's where I was just filming from, so you get a better sense of what I'm talking about. See, now, unlike the ones that I just purchased, this is an example of something you want to try to avoid. These are just way too modern and shiny, and at 25 cents a piece, you're not going to win out on these. So you really want to find the older colored ones or the black and white ones. Again, I'm not a postcard expert, but this seems fairly basic to me from what I know and from what I've learned from other people who are postcard experts. Of course, they could chime in down on the bottom, but these here, these would not, in my opinion, be a worthy pickup. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is what the inside area of the flea market looks like. So I'll just pan around slowly so you could see one of the areas where I go picking. All right, so done with the flea market, and right now I am headed off to a sale of somebody who, I posted this yesterday on Craigslist, but a person is moving to Texas and has a ton of collectibles, including comic books and all sorts of cool things that I like and that I sell. The sale started yesterday though, so I don't know how much of it was blown out. The guy indicated in the ad that just wants to get rid of a lot of stuff. So, I'm not sure. It's about 15 minutes away. It's worth a little trip over there just to see if there is anything left or not. So let's go find out. All right, well, here we are. He just has some clothes outside. Hopefully the good stuff is inside. I see what seems to be a white box in there, right above that garbage can you could see. So hopefully there's some comic books left in there. Who knows until we walk in there. This was the box that I saw from outside. So right before I turn that camera off, the guy comes out. Very nice guy, but very eccentric guy, which is typical for a lot of comic book collectors. I started talking to him about some of the comic books that are out there because he said, you know, what's your main interest area? I said, comic books. So he says, oh, that's great. You know, he goes, because I have about 40 other boxes of comic books, but they're all in a storage locker. So, of course, I'm very interested in this. And then he starts saying there's about 5 other comic shops in the area that are interested in purchasing my collection. And once I heard that, I knew that the chances of me purchasing this person's collection just went because he's not trying to just blow them out and get rid of them. He's trying to get the top dollar for them, which is smart on his part. The comic books that he had there, they were more modern ones from the 80s and 90s and even 2000s. And when I look through them, another bad sign, if you're looking for comic books, is that they were all individually priced by him with a little post-it note on it. And some of them were for 10 bucks, 12 bucks, 13 bucks, 15 bucks, that sort of thing. So remember, I tell you, rule of thumb, when you are trying to buy a big collection of comic books, you're trying to get them at a bulk rate for 10 to 20 cents a piece, 15 cents on average. Unless there's something truly special about the collection, then you will pay up more for it. But in this case, it was just very clear, very evident that this was not going to work. So I didn't even buy any comic books from him. I didn't purchase anything from him. In fact, everything he had there was pretty high in terms of the price for it. So I did give him my business card because he said what he is going to do is send out a list of what's in these 40 boxes. And he basically said whoever offers me the highest price gets it. So, I'll take a shot at it. But again, being able to compete with an actual comic book, business, brick and mortar store, that's going to be, hard to lay out the kind of cash that this guy wants for the collection. And from what he's saying right now, he's going to put everything, at least more current books, at 50% of price guide value. And price guide value is often quite inflated compared to what the market value is. So, and he said for some of the older books that he had, like from the 60s and the 50s and stuff, he's going to keep them at full market value. So the price that he wants is going to be astronomical. So it's just not going to work out. But it makes me feel a little bit better about not going to this guy's sale yesterday and staying home and trying to catch up. All right, we got some at least one other place to go head out to, estate sale. So let's see what we can find. And maybe if there's some garage sales along the way, I'll stop by. Okay, so I am at the next sale. This person is also moving south based on the Craigslist ad. So hopefully I'll have some more luck at this one. Let's go and find out. So where did you get all this stuff?
Well, a lot of it was like hand-me-downs from relatives.
Hand-me-downs from relatives?
Sales.
From like garage sales that you went to or estate sales?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because there's a lot of stuff.
Right, there is. And like I said, this is only one area.
Yeah, wow. There's a bunch of things here.
It is. But I have to get rid of what I can. I can't take it with me. And I figure instead of hauling it off somewhere first, I'll see if anybody likes it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, gonna take a look in here. And there's a lot of stuff here. This is everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah, she made it her job to.
Where'd she get most of this stuff?
She accumulated somehow. I don't know.
Sure did. Looks like she ran out of space.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now she's trying to make space.
Yeah, that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
She also liked magnets.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, those are the places that she's been to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'd assume she's not selling the magnets.
No, that's a history there.
Yeah, that's her personal history, so That's off limits. That's all right. That's cool. I do the same thing with cups and mugs. My wife, though, she goes crazy because they take up a whole bunch of space, much more than magnets do. So,
Right.
you know, she's pretty much banned me from. Well, she says she's banned me, but I still bring them home every time I go to a new city. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to. Maybe I need to transition to magnets.
Right. Because you can go all 3 to 4 sides of the refrigerator.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah. Right.
Refrigerator sticking out. Yeah.
Check out down here. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour in there. She told me when I went on the driveway that she had, you know, other things that she hadn't brought out yet, but if I wanted to go in, then I was more than welcome to look. So, you know, it's really a sad situation of, you know, a nice older woman whose house has completely been overrun by junky purchases. That's pretty much what they are. They may have some sentimental value to her, some of the items, but, you know, it's good that she's trying to get rid of a bunch of it. She just acquired too much stuff, and it just clearly has overrun her house. The problem with it is that they're just not items that have a lot of value. Now, I filmed a lot of stuff in there, so I did that for reasons. I was thinking, if you stop it and pause it and you saw a certain item that you think you would have picked up for resale and think that you assume that those items each were like $1, is there something in there that you saw that you would have picked up? If so, let me know in the comments. What do you think that you would have been able to resell it for if you got it for $1? So let me know. Now, if you agree that there's nothing there you would have really looked into, then tell me that too. But just based on my experience in doing this for a while, these were not the types of items to really go after for, you know, for flipping. So anyway, I did get one thing. I did pick up a shirt for Mrs. Primetime. My wife, she loves owls and she likes the color orange. And so this is perfect for her. It's brand new. She's really going to enjoy it. I sent her some pictures. She definitely said pick it up. Now, one of the other items I was going to pick up, I looked into it, was a Deadpool hoodie. Now, I've talked about Deadpool before in terms of picking up comic books related to that character, but that doesn't automatically transfer to other items. So that long sleeve hoodie that she was selling for $1, even though it still had the tag on it, well, guess what? When you look at that tag, it said $1 from Walmart. So she got it there off clearance. That tells you these things were overproduced, and sure enough, they will sell, but they're going to sell for like $8.50. So it's not worth my time to pick up an item like that. You know, and as you're doing this for, you know, more and more time, you want to start making sure you're conserving your energy, conserving your purchases for items that are going to give you a better return on investment. So for that reason, I passed, but I just want to make sure you knew that about Deadpool so that if you heard me talk about the character before, you don't assume that every Deadpool related item is worth picking up. So off to the next one. Okay, so this is the estate sale that we're going to head into right now. The main reason I'm here is that the dealer is one that I go to frequently, and with me being away for 2 weeks, I want to make sure that I at least stop by, say hi. It's not far from Primetime Treasure headquarters, and based on the ad, there could be possibly a few smalls left that I might be interested in, but you know, we'll see when we walk in there. No way, a Mountain Dew collectible. I love these. That is awesome. I got it picked up. Oh no, the foot is cracked. Darn it. I would have picked that up if that foot wasn't cracked like that. I love Mountain Dew, so. These banks are interesting, but you know why they're still sitting here? Because you see the bottoms of them here, like right there?
Yeah.
That used to have a, like an original stopper on the bottom,
Yep.
and the company name, which was Tilso, and it's gone now. They were made in Japan, and someone replaced it with like this waxy substance, and that's why they're still sitting here. But if not, they would have been gone. Someone would have picked them up already because they're good pieces. It's just the bottom is like what proves, like, you know, where it was made and who made it and stuff like that. So with that being gone, that's what takes away some of the collectability of it. But they're good pieces. Very similar to the other house I was just in. Just a lot of smalls, but not real valuable. Oh well. Anytime you see bears like this, it's usually a bad sign. Same kind of thing here. A lot of stuff, but nothing that's of much value. Okay, now this one isn't bad. This is Saint Cristo de Lampias, which is a French statue bust. And $28 would be high, but it's 60% off, so that would be around 10 bucks. And these can go for, you know, up to 100, so definitely not a bad pickup for this. It's a nice vintage light switch cover, but you need one of these to get it out. There we go. And just in case you're wondering, that is completely fair game at estate sales. There's another one back here. It's a religious one. Bless this house. I'll show it to you in a second. Here we go. Another nice vintage piece. Just picked right off the wall. You have to look in corners and specifically look for light switch covers. With the vintage religious statues, if they have little flecks of paint missing, like off the nose like that, or even off other areas of the statue, it doesn't really matter too much. They will still sell, and for good money. So, and even like with this, you know, it's vintage for a reason. So sometimes there's a little bit of paint loss. People are not expecting mint condition items for vintage. So they expect, for example, to see a little bit of a rustiness to a sign, a little bit of a paint loss, sometimes to a wooden hand-painted item. So that's just part of it. You know, you just disclose it, you just mention it, and if someone wants to touch that up with a little paint, they could. So I just kind of leave it at that. You know, I would not really paint this because what's going to appeal to people is this duck coming out in 3D. That's really the distinct, unique piece here, and unique part of this. So someone will buy it, and if that bothers them enough, they'll touch it up themselves. All right, so let's get back to Primetime Treasure headquarters. I have a funny story to tell you when we get there. Meanwhile, on the way back to Primetime Treasure headquarters, hoping for some goodies in there. Come on, don't let me down. Wow, that was a great stop off. That free box in the beginning was one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. Definite value in there. I'm going to show it to you later. Also, the deal I got on those leather chaps was incredible. When I walked in there, she already had a good deal on them, which was 20 bucks per chap, except there was another one that she only wanted $10 for. Well, she then spontaneously said before I had grabbed them that, you know what, it's the last day of the sale, so everything's 50% off. So I said, even the chaps? So she paused for a second and she said, yes, even the chaps. Now, some vintage pre-owned Harley chaps could go for up to $200 pre-owned. I'm not saying these will, I'm just saying that's the potential. And so to get them for 25 bucks total for all three is really a great score. So I'm very happy about that. We're gonna head back to Primetime Treasure headquarters and just lay everything out. I picked up a shirt on the way out too that was brand new, should go for around 20 bucks, got it for $1. So overall, great day today. Time to get back already though. There she is. Daisy, your fans have not seen you for like 2 or 3 weeks. Do you want to say anything to them? Are you going to say anything? You want to go over the stuff with me? Oh, you wagging your tail? Hi. Hello. Say hi to all of your fans. Say hi to Mary. Say hi to Esme. Say hi to Jesse Shops. Say hi to Lauren. There's so many friends, so many fans. All right, you'll be back the next time we do an unboxing, right? Oh, there you go. You're feisty again. All right, let's go look at those. Let's go look at those items. They're outside. It's hot out. You don't want to come outside where it's hot. All right, bye-bye. All right, so we're in the garage. Let's get that recap going. Okay, so this is the layout of everything that I got today. I think it was a great day overall. The postcards I'm really happy with. I don't sell any postcards for lower than $9.99 with free shipping, and so it doesn't take me, many of these to sell to make my money back. And remember, some of these will sell for a lot more than $9.99. Now, some of them I will bundle together, but I'm just saying in a single order, I won't do anything less than $9.99 on postcards. So, that's a good pickup for $20, especially with some of that miscellaneous stuff in the back. Just a reminder with these light switch covers to pick these off of the walls and make sure that you save the screws. So take a little screwdriver with you. These here, this is a bundle of Ace comic books. They're related to motorcycling. And although I was not able to find a comp for these when looking them up real quick for free, it's a no-brainer to pick up. And if I can't sell them individually, maybe I could package them with some other Harley Davidson or motorcycle related material. This sign, very happy with, talked about it earlier. Same with this one. We talked about the aluminum bottles. Now these Spider 43 patches were a great pickup for free. If you don't watch football, you may not realize what these are and why they would be valuable. A clue is the Giants patch that was nearby that I picked up as well. I don't believe I showed that in the video, but this was all stuff in the free box. Spider 43 refers to Carl Lockhart, who had passed away from lymphoma. He played for the New York Giants, and when the Giants were going for the Super Bowl and going with their championship run in the 1986 season, they wore these patches to commemorate him and to play in his honor. So to this day, these are still valuable by Giants collectors, and these easily sell for $17 a patch, and they were sitting in there free. I didn't look up the comps on this one, but this is a guaranteed $17 per patch. Know your logos. That's Seagram's right there. Someone might want that for their bar. It's very light, easy to ship. An old boxing card here with the Everlast New York, a very famous brand for boxing. We talked about the Jesus statue earlier. I've joked before that Virgin Mary sells better than Jesus. I know that sounds terrible to say, but in general it's true. But you can do well with certain religious statues that are not the Virgin Mary, and Jesus will do well sometimes. This one in particular, you should write down to look out for. If you ever see Saint Christo Dylan Pius, and I'm probably saying that wrong, but without the accent and stuff. But regardless, make sure you write that down. If you see that, pick it up. It almost always sells. That probably would have been the best score for the day, along with the postcards. But when I came across these Harley Davidson leather chaps, I could not believe it. Now, they do have some scuffs on it, but that's okay because they're vintage, and you're selling them that way. You're selling them used. I'll do a little touch up on them to get some of this white off and stuff. But I told you the value on these things, they could go up pretty high. Like I said, to around the $200 range, even pre-owned. So to get the 3 of them for $25 really, really is a good deal. I don't see how I could lose on that. So, as much as possible, you want to put yourself in a situation where financially you almost can't lose. This one here, this I picked up at the end. I didn't show you because she kind of sprung it on me at the last minute. It's not a real valuable brand, but it's okay. They sell these at JCPenney and stuff. But for $1, it's brand new, has the tags on it. This should be about a $20 shirt. So and that's going to be first class, light, easy to ship. So that's the overview. And remember, I do have the boxes for the Lion King, so that is a real big help as well. Okay, so now for that funny story that I wanted to tell you. So when I was at the flea market, there was a vendor who I've dealt with before. In fact, he's the guy who I purchased the Mad magazines from and the Notre Dame de Paris book that I bought for $10 and flipped for $300 a few weeks ago. So he's a nice guy, and he's willing to make a deal with you, and you'll see why I'm telling you this in just a moment. He's not the bad guy here. There was a couple that went up to him, and I don't even know what the item was or items were, but he was selling something for $30, and they wanted to get it for $20. Well, he was willing to go down to $25, but they would not move off of the $20. Now, they don't have to move off of the $20, but they do eventually need to move off of the physical space where the vendor is working if they can't work out a deal. But they refused to do that. And they literally told him, we are not moving from here. And they were there for like 20 minutes. We're not moving from here unless you give it to us for $20. Now, that's wrong. You can't be aggressive to that degree when you're trying to make a deal with someone. It's just going to turn off the vendor, and you're going to wind up getting kicked out of the space anyway. So, you're just not going to win in that kind of situation. The funny thing that happened is that another customer overheard what was going on, came by and said, how much is it that you're asking for that? And the guy said $25, and the customer said, sold. And so the customers that were trying to get it for $20 wound up sitting there with egg on their face, and they just wound up getting wrecked and embarrassed. It just was just a really bad luck. So just a little lesson, especially if you're new. It's okay, like I said, to try to be tough with negotiations, but not to that degree that you're not going to physically move from a space and try to force somebody to sell you an item for a certain amount. So that's a funny story. I hope you got a little kick out of it. And that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Come to the Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. I have an interview with the one and only Lindy Glenn coming up this Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do not miss that coming up soon. And also make sure you go to my Instagram account. That's @prime_time_treasure. I'll see you at the next video, everyone. Take care.